Now. There we go. There we go. And Bianca, you'll be able to keep an eye on the waiting room. So, hi everybody. Hopefully, more people will be jumping on. We did have a robust list of individuals who signed up to participate with us today, and amplify their membership. But Michelle, you made a very good point that some people may be in areas that need to prepare. So
Yeah.
that's okay. That's okay. Awesome. So let's just go ahead and we'll get this going. Let's go here. Okay. All right. Hopefully you guys are all seeing our main screen now. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, good morning. It looks like we are starting to get more people in the room, but we're going to just keep it rolling here. Welcome to the Q3 Collaborate, our membership roundtable. PMA's membership committee has developed these quarterly roundtables. Excuse me. And first thing I said to everybody, make sure you have your water. We have a lot of talking to do. PMA's membership committee develops these quarterly virtual chats as means for members, both new and tenured, the opportunity to have a quick refresher on the many tools that are at your disposal to enhance your membership experience, as well as a chance to hear directly from some of our members via the panel discussion that we're going to have here shortly. We intend for these sessions to be very casual. So don't be afraid to participate at any point. If you have something to share, unmute. You can raise your hand if you want. You don't have to. You can run to the chat. My colleague Bianca is all over it and she will have your back. So that way you don't miss any part of the conversation. But yeah, let's if you're feeling froggy, guys, get in there and jump in and share some thoughts with us. So with that being said, my name is Candace Dwyer. I'm the Director of Membership Sales and Engagement here at Property Management Association. And we want to know who you are. So run to that chat, share your name, who you're with, how long have you been in the industry, how long have you been active in PMA, and it's okay if this is your first time. That's all right. Sometimes you got to start somewhere, gang.
Yeah.
But yeah, share anything that you want to share with us. All right, let's see. So joining us is our host, membership committee member, Michelle Lanigan Westall. Hi, Michelle.
Hi.
Michelle is the regional manager of the Northeast Territory of the Liberty Group. Michelle, I hope I got all of that correct. I was going to lay it all out, but I was like, let's just cover it.
My two last names make it really hard from the get-go.
I love it. I love it. Also joining us are our panelists. First up, we have Devin Stringfield. Devin is the leasing ambassador at 2 Hopkins Apartments managed by Live BE Communities. Devin is also an active committee member on the Community Service Committee. And also joining us is Terry Treadwell. Terry is the Vice President of Sales and Business Development with PotholeRepair.com. Terry is the Membership Committee Vice Chair. He's also active on the Associate Membership Council and the Community Service Committee. That one always gets me tongue-tied. So today's session, we're going to be focusing on PMA's committees and councils, understanding what participation looks like because it is different for everybody. We're also going to navigate how to get involved at a pace that works for you, and then understand what all is involved in it. And let's just elevate our membership all together. I know you're anxious to jump into the discussion with our superior panelists, but first let's take a moment to thank our 2024 corporate sponsors. All right, our 2024 Platinum corporate sponsors are as follows. We have Tech for Construction, Residency Bureau, and Inner Solutions. Our 2024 Gold corporate sponsors, we have American Pest, Brothers Paving and Concrete, Capital Canopies, ESSI Electronic Security Services, Hawkins Electric, JB Klein Landscaping, Minkoff Company, O'Connor Plumbing, Planned Companies, and PotholeRepair.com. All right, our 2024 Silver corporate sponsors, we have Berkshire, Donaldson, Finley Asphalt and Concrete, Orndorff and Spade, PC Richard and Son Builders Division, Quest Insurance, Rain and Son, Sandy Spring Bank, Thomasville Restoration, and TRC Engineering. Big thank you to our corporate sponsors for your continued support. Be sure to visit the directory online to connect with these companies, as well as an assortment of other companies offering a plethora of products and services at your disposal. All right, we're in the home stretch, and then you guys won't have to listen to me keep talking. But let's talk about some of our upcoming events. We have so many that we are going to go over. I decided to just put in here our upcoming in-person events. So please make sure you do go check out our calendar of events to see what webinars and any other programs that we have coming up. But I'm going to run through these really quick here. So literally around the corner next week, we have our lobster bake event. Bianca's going to put that link in the chat so that if there's anyone on this call who has not registered yet, you can click on that link. And of course, you can reach out to her directly. She'll also put her contact information in the chat. She'll be more than happy to get you squared away. That event is going to be on Thursday, August 15th, 4:30 to 9 at Smoky Glen Farm in Gaithersburg, Maryland. And then the very next week after that, the Community Service Committee is hosting the Stephen Knowles Landscape Cleanup Day on Friday, August 23rd. That is at Stephen Knowles School in Silver Spring, Maryland. It's such a great event. We are 1 year away from our 10th anniversary with them. So this is going to be yet another really great experience. So do sign up for that. We have food, we have t-shirts that are be coming from the committee and all of the sponsors, and then of course you get to get your hands dirty. Then next month we have our PM Expo, Anchors Away. Such a great theme. We were just talking about this yesterday. Registration is also open for that for exhibitors as well as management professionals. I'm sure that link will come to you guys in the chat as well. And then of course, I can't say it enough. If you have trouble, reach out to Bianca. She'll be more than happy to help you guys get registered. That is on her life's goal today. In October, we have our Tropical Fright Night Haunting Happy Hour at Throw Social in DC. I'm really looking forward to this event and definitely looking forward to all the costumes we're going to see. Then we have our annual award ceremony on Thursday, November 7th at MGM Hotel and Casino in Oxon Hill, Maryland. Just a quick side note for that, and this is for all of our members. You have until August 30th to do your nominations for your EPIC Awards and your MAE Marketing and Advertising Excellence Award. So do check that out on our website and make sure you get those nominations in before the deadline. And then last but certainly not least, we have our 2024 Holiday Happy Hour on Wednesday, December 4th. So stay tuned and for all the additional information, make sure you follow us on social media and turn on your notifications. That way when we make an update, you'll be able to be the first to see that. All right, so let's go. We're going to get it going real quick as we jump into conversation about committees and councils. So you guys should all be at this point seeing the PMA homepage on your screens. The reason I wanted to jump here first is because as we jump into our panel discussion to hear how they are navigating getting involved and continuously getting involved, I want you guys to know how easy it is to participate in a committee or council, and with lack of better words, how free of commitment that you have to navigate your experience as you learn which one you want to be on a regular basis. So if you're on our homepage, you go this little about button and hover your mouse over that. You have two different options, committee and councils. So we're going to look at committees first, and I promise you I won't burn your ears up reading each one of these to you. We will put those links in the chat for you so that you can find it quickly. But of course, again, it's really easy homepage, click on the about and then go down from there. So the first thing to understand about our committees is what that committee is what the committees in general are all about. As you can see here on the screen, committees are a collective of members in any field and any member type that are focused on the mission of that particular committee. So think Summer Escape, the golf outing, think Lobster Bake, right? Think PACE Awards. The individuals who are participating in that committee are participating because they are interested in the final goal of that particular event. When you go to that page, if you're trying to learn more about each of the committees, they each start with a header. You get to learn the various individuals that are the chair, vice chair, and the board liaisons of those committees, their mission, their responsibilities, but most importantly, you're going to see when those committees meet. And that will be an opportunity for you to then see if that meeting time meshes well with your current calendar. And that goes all the way through your facilities and maintenance management committee as we keep going through, your lobster bake, membership committee, PACE awards, so forth and so on. Hey, look, I recognize people here. And then our program and seminars, summer escape, and that will wrap it up for our committees. Really quick, if we look at our councils had the same similar concept. The difference is our councils are for a targeted audience. So for example, your associate membership council, this is specifically for associate members. Doesn't matter what your role is. If you are an associate member, you can be a part of this council. Keeping it going, our executive forum, which is an invite only program that comes from our board leadership and PMA's executive leadership for our C-suite leaders. If you are in those particular roles and you have interest on their property management side, please reach out. We'll be more than happy to connect you with our leaders. Our Human Resources Council, this is for property management professionals that are specifically in the human resources training and development. That title is vast, right? But if you fall into that category, you get to be a part of that collective. And the same thing for the Marketing Council for our property management professionals that are within that marketing field. And when you go to these council meetings, a little bit different than a committee meeting, they are the idea is very similar to what this meeting is, right? It's very open. The topic of conversation is more aligned with wins and pain points that you as a collective of the target audience are navigating daily. Rather, when you go to a committee meeting, the topic of conversation is going to be specific to what that committee is, specific to planning for summer escape, planning for lobster bake. And we all have various goals that we will be navigating depending on the committee that or council that you're a part of. All right. I did a lot of talking. I'm going to stop sharing here for a second. Now we can see everyone. So some of the things that I wanted you guys to think about, and I'm not going to I don't want to steal the thunder of the upcoming conversation, is understanding that your membership starts with being active on a committee or council, because your voice matters, and the best way to make sure that it matters is on a committee or council, right? All right, gang. So without further ado, Michelle, our illustrious host.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for all that, Candace, because that quick tutorial really shows how easy it is for all of us to get involved in our community of property management and having our voices heard. And I'm definitely going to share that with my team because they want to get involved as well. I hope all of you do as well. So again, thank you all for joining today. We're going to have a great discussion with some new and tenured members about our committees and councils and why we do it and what the benefits are for it. So with that being said, I'm going to get started. I do want to remind everybody, and Candace touched on this too, is jump in. This is a roundtable open discussion, so it just makes it more lively, and we want to hear your experiences as well. And I'm going to start with Devin. So the first question to you is, and I have little notes so I don't jump off base because I do that. Devin, you are currently a member of the Community Service Committee. What attracted you to that committee?
Great question, Michelle. Hi, everybody. I hope you guys can hear me.
Yes.
Good morning. So I've actually been I've served on several committees such as this in the past with Toyota Financial. Actually, we were considered brand energizers nonetheless. But I really feel as though being on the community service committee, it helps to refine those hard and soft skills on the day to day, as well as being a part of a larger community of different organizations and companies that you otherwise wouldn't interact with on a day to day basis. I actually do take that back because I was able to meet a few friends through the committee as well. Several organizations, just to name drop, Hawkins Electric, American Pest, as well as Rain and Shine, all great companies and great people that I've met along the way. But yes, it's given me a chance to just communicate with those people as well as network.
Nice, nice. And Terry, I'm gonna give you the same question about what was your motivation behind the committees and councils that you've been involved in?
Thank you, Michelle. My motivation for getting involved with the committees and councils stemmed from a desire to deepen my understanding of the industry and contribute the advancement of property management practices. It allowed me to leverage the collective knowledge and experience of the industry peers and address common challenges, drive innovation. Additionally, being a part of these committees provides an opportunity to influence policy and best practices, ensuring the industry remains robust and forward thinking.
I love that.
You know, I have to agree. I'm on committees as well, and it does deepen your understanding of what the vendors and the property management is going through. I mean, we're all a part of the whole as multifamily. So I mean, it is great for networking, but it's great to just be a part of the community.
Yeah, I'm going to add something, Michelle, too, but before you jump into the next thing, because I'm looking at many of the people that are joining us today, and I'm not going to put anybody on the spot. However, I know I see some familiar faces and names of people who are also on several of our committees and councils. And I don't know if anybody's willing to also take 2 seconds to unmute and tell us what other committees or councils you are a part of and what made you select the committee or council that you're on. Anybody want to share?
I can share.
Awesome.
I know that was directed at me. I am the chair of the Associates Council. I've been involved in PMA for a really long time, and it's become family to me. But in the beginning, I had no idea it was going to become that. I just got involved because I wanted to get my company's name out there. And it became so much more than that. So I'm now on, I don't even know how many committees I'm on. I chair Associates Council. I'm on Community Service, which I believe we have a meeting.
Yeah.
At 1:30. I'm on like 5 or 6 different ones, but it's because my friends are now chairs of all of those committees, and I'm supporting them. And I want to have a say in how all these events go, right? I'm an associate member, I'm a vendor, and I want to make sure that I'm using my membership to its fullest. So yeah, I do as much as possible. Now that everything is on Zoom, it's even easier to be active. So all the committee meetings are on Zoom, so you don't have to drive an hour to get somewhere. And so that's been nice.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Awesome. Anyone else? No pressure. Okay.
Well, I'm on the membership committee, and I've been on it for a while now. And just like Danny said, I joined it, you know, to get my name out there. Plus, I was new to the association. I wanted to meet other people. And that's a great way to do it. And then it just became more than that. I mean, I knew Terry, before I even met him in person. It's a great way to become part of the community. Look, I said it again.
I love it.
I'm on the community service committee. I was part of another organization when I previously started on it, and now I'm with Built. And giving back is my life's mission, and however I can do that, whether it is through restoration, helping people in disaster situations, or giving back, donations, helping the community. That's something I'm passionate about. So that's why I joined.
I love it. Love it. Thanks, Lauren. Oh, you're muted, Michelle.
Is that all our committee members? No one else? Okay. All right, we'll go on to the next question I have, and it's for Terry. You again, Terry. Now that you're vice chair of the membership committee, how was the transition from being a committee member to being committee leadership?
Excellent question, Michelle. Thank you for asking it. The transition from committee to member to vice chair of the membership committee was both challenging and rewarding. Um, as a committee member, my focus was primarily on contributing ideas and supporting ongoing projects. But stepping into the leadership role requires a shift in perspective. I need to think more strategically and take a proactive approach in guiding the committee's direction. It involved balancing administrative responsibilities with fostering a collaborative environment where all members feel empowered to contribute. I want everyone to feel comfortable and participate. Um, I'll tell you, the transition enhanced my leadership skills and also has deepened my commitment to the committee's goals also.
I love it.
Great, that's awesome. Devin, my next question is for you. How has participating in the committees contributed to your personal or professional growth? I know you touched on this a little bit when you talked about why.
Absolutely. Great question again, Michelle. I think to reiterate it nonetheless, and you actually kind of touched on it also. I want to be transparent to say that I'm just coming up on my 1 year anniversary, actually within PMA, so much so that I just passed my certified apartment leasing professional test. So yes, I came in as a green bean and I just wanted to immerse myself as much as possible, just get around all of the big players in the industry, just soak up as much knowledge as possible. And that's what I did. I've encountered mentors throughout this now. I've had one-on-ones with people where we're able to exchange those good practices as well as those pitfalls that we've encountered throughout PMA. And the world is wide open. It's all about activating yourself and finding those people that can push you into a place of success. So
I like the activate.
That's a really good plug. And Devin, I'm gonna add something to your response. And this is just from like an observatory type perspective. Devin participated in the community services career day that we had earlier this year at one of the Prince George's Crosslands High School, with the career and technical educational program with Prince George's county school system. It's a lot of words, gang. But I have to tell you, Devin jumped in. Man, I said, I need volunteers for people to host, to lead various sections. And I and Devin, I can be wrong. I'm not 100% sure if Devin knew what he was volunteering for, but he's like, I'll do it. And I'm like, all right, let's go, Devin. And when I tell you the feedback, and I was mentioning this to Terry, actually, when I was chatting with him, I had students who sent emails, who took the time to write an email to show gratitude, not only for all of the volunteers, but particularly Devin, and you were with Ashley in your section, that you guys were having a roundtable chat with the students, who were so appreciative, so happy to hear Devin, to hear your journey, to hear Ashley's journey, to hear how everybody kind of came up in the industry, and it kind of, it was like a little bit of a weight off of their shoulders. So I think that was some growth that you may not have known about. There you go.
thank you.
Wonderful to hear.
Absolutely. Thank you.
So wonderful to hear. Anybody else want to add anything from our committees? If you've had any professional growth or personal growth from them? Yeah. Okay. All right. Go on to the next question. Terry, we'll go on the other side of that. How has the committees and being involved with PMA helped your networking, professional networking?
Oh, you're muted. I don't know why this
Yeah.
keeps happening. That's not me.
No, I muted myself.
Oh, okay.
We keep doing it.
I was giving myself a pep talk. No, seriously, Michelle, thank you again. Being on a PMA committee, it significantly expanded my professional network and provided a platform for me to connect with diverse group of professionals across, this property management industry. Through regular meetings, events, projects, I've been able to form meaningful relationships with colleagues who share similar goals and challenges. And these connections have led to valuable exchanges of ideas, mentorship opportunities, potential collaborations that have enriched my professional journey, but also my personal journey also. It's helped me grow on both sides.
That's great to hear, Terry. I love it. I have to say, again, my professional networking, it just expanded so much with getting to know everyone through the committees. And then when I go to events, I know people, and then the people that I met through the committees introduced me to other people. So it's been great on that side as well. Yep.
Yeah, you know what I think too, because I like Lauren, you made a really good point that Lauren's been a part of the organization for part of PMA for some time, with a couple of different companies. But that's the thing, is she independently has made an impact that we don't look at and say this is the person with Built, like this is Lauren, right? We know, same thing, Ingrid, same exact way, right? They have made an impact and connected in a way that it's your name first and then the company, right? Like that. It's not the person with the company. We know who you are. And it starts with signing up just to go to that first meeting and putting it out there.
Yeah, I have to say, this is going to lead into my next question for the panelists, but, I went to Lobster Bake last year, which if you're not registered, register. It's just such a fun event. I had just a blast. I haven't been able to go in years past, just for scheduling differences. So last year was my first. It's fantastic. But when I went, it was like being like out with like friends, like I knew people walking around chatting, having little conversations. And again, people knew me as Michelle, so it's great. And I hope to see all you guys there. Plug to but this goes into my next question for both of you. I just want to know if we can discuss a project that you've worked on that you're particularly proud of, or event that you went to that you're proud of with the committees. Either one. Terry, you want to go first?
I'll jump in. I mean, a project or initiative. Oh, no, it's all good. I'm particularly proud of the PMA new member welcome program initiated by our committee. The initiative is aimed towards enhancing the onboarding experience for new members, ensuring they feel welcomed and integrated into the PMA community. Once again, going back to that comfort, and that provides an opportunity for people to actively participate freely without fear, or I want people to be comfortable, and I think we do a great job at welcoming people. We developed a comprehensive orientation plan, includes organic membership pairings. Anybody that's been in PMA knows that. Informational sessions such as this one here about PMA resources and networking events, and the positive feedback from new members highlighted the program's success. From the feedback we're getting from members like Devin, that's in real time here. So fostering that sense of belonging and engagement, which ultimately will strengthen the association overall.
Totally agree with that, Terry.
I was going to speak on my career pathways day at Crossland High School.
You can
add
from your
Absolutely.
perspective.
And it was an amazing experience. I want to briefly slice from that one though, because it was great. It was an opportunity to sit in front of these students who had a career background in business, you know what I mean? And then it was us being able to not groom, but just kind of stoke that fire of, if you're interested in this, be interested in it, go head first. So having those mock interviews, sitting in front of those children and actually talking to them as young adults in a business professional setting was one of the best opportunities that I had in that section. I most recently got a chance to do comfort cases with Rob Shear. Oh my goodness. If anybody knows Rob and that company that has going on over there, it is a tearjerker, but it's so beautiful. It's a nonprofit organization that provides children entering and exiting the foster care system with essential items. And I mean, it was just one Saturday that I got up and I felt being around so many different people that were just putting these beautiful blankets and a book and a nice card with a smiley face on it for these kids to open up. That's what it means. You know, it was that day that we didn't have to wear our employee or our company garb. It was, I'm coming here as a human being with more other human beings to interact one another for these kids. And that's what it was about in the community service to me. So
For sure.
that's my takeaway.
That's beautiful, and I'm so glad that you participated in that. It's a wonderful, wonderful cause.
I'll agree as well. That was one of my favorite. I was adopted when I was a baby. So for the 2 weeks between my biological mother's birth and my adopted family having me, I was technically in a foster care situation. So it was really nice. I did this activity, I think last year or the year before. And it was really, really like, you just feel like you're really making a difference. And it's kind of an intimate setting that you can, really talk to people as you're putting together these care packages, as well as kind of learn about the struggles that, they're dealing with and ways to improve. Even if it's just a small care package, it goes a long way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
that's huge. That's huge. And I think of there's somebody who had signed up for this but wasn't been able to make it, and I sent in, they wanted to share some of their feedback on their experience. Let me pull up the email. They said to add, because I wanted to know, was there anything that maybe you want to know about or anything that you wanted to share? And one of their events that they particularly loved is lobster bake. And this individual is not going to be able to attend this year, and pointed out that they navigated, let's see, 3 years in now, they navigated understanding the events that impacted them from conversations that they were able to have on the associate council meetings. Kudos, Danny and Mika. And and they appreciated going to that particular meeting, and that they referenced, because we took the time to go through every single committee and council, and then not only like headline what it is, but dove into what the event was about. What to expect, the type of the audience, if you will, the attendee demographic that would be there. And it was they were able to then not only identify how they wanted to participate on that particular committee, but they were then able to identify how they wanted to budget and spend their money and invest their time where they could get the most ROI from it, right? Because they themselves are an associate member. And we all have different various ideas of what we're going to get from the committees and the councils, and yes, to the community service committee's horn, that's, we're probably all going to try to navigate that path first. But I particularly like this individual's response, because it was a little bit different, right?
Yeah.
What impacted them is seafood. Like, oh, but it was just such a genuine and organic answer, and I can say this because I know that they actually participate on several different committees, but that was the committee and the event that has impacted them the most is that. To be fair, not top of the seafood, they pointed out that particular event is so like free and fun, and you just, while it's business, right, you're at a work thing, you also feel comfortable just laughing and being yourself and not so like uptight, because it is business. So it was just really refreshing to hear something a little bit different, maybe a little unexpected.
Yeah, I mean, I do love it too. It was a good time. Does anybody else have their favorite like event or moment you want to share with the group? If you've been to any.
I have to agree with that person. I definitely love seafood too. But also the PMA Expo is a great opportunity. It's a great event. all together. And if you dive in with passport program and, and really take advantage, you get the best bang for your buck and, best exposure. So, I enjoy them both.
Indeed. Indeed. You know what? I'm gonna add to that, Ingrid, only because I'm really excited for and this is mainly for our management professionals on the call, but if you guys haven't had a chance to check out the educational offerings this year, when I tell you that this committee, in partnership with even other associations, like really pulled in and targeted what the education will be about this year, check it out. And Bianca will put in a chat a direct link to show you the multitude of classes that are going to be held during the event. But there's also a link that will show you all of the speakers that we have. Like, I'm impressed. I work here. Very impressed. Like, kudos to I cannot, was not a part of the conversation. So I was like, it was like unwrapping a gift for me too. As I was focusing on like working with the exhibitors and helping everybody get that wrapped up. So do check that out. And Ingrid, that's a really, really good point. You can definitely make something out of that. Awesome. Thank you, Bianca.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. All right, so we can move on to our next question. So this is gonna be for Devin. What kind of relationships have you built through your committee involvement? I know you touched on this too.
Preemptively. Fruitful relationships, I like to say. All of the people that I try to meet, I try to take something from them. Ultimately, what can I learn from you? Because like I said, I'm still very new, still very green in the PMA background. So right now I'm just in the absorbent phase. I want to try to learn everything that I can from all different areas, whether it be from the sales, marketing, personal relationships, all the way down to what my vendors do, to see how I can be a better asset to them on our side. So I really can only say fruitful.
Yeah, I mean, just being involved in it. So I'm a regional of the Northeast, so I am involved in associations across the Northeast, and it is so beneficial to be part of your committees and your associations because you just never know the people you're going to meet and the people you're going to learn from. I mean, I have met the most incredible people that I never would have met before. And you never know what's ever going to happen later in life, but people know and see how you work, and it's a good network.
I'll also say that when I first started, Danny was kind of a face that I was able to look out in the crowd, especially if I had to do something by myself and be kind of the ambassador for the company. So if I was a little nervous or kind of didn't know what was going on, I always look for Danny's face, and she's always like a little beacon, giving me information, telling me where to go, what to do, what not to do, or just being there as a friend as I'm setting up or whatever.
Oh, that's so nice.
I'm looking for you now, Danny.
That's Terry for me. Terry was I'm actually staring at Terry this whole time. But no, seriously, Terry has brought me around, and Larry's been great to me too since I joined as well. And I'm sure everybody knows Larry. If you don't, you will. Terry, I'm going to go to you with the next question. How can new members make the most of their committee experience from the start?
Well, thank you for asking, Michelle. I've been waiting for this question.
Okay.
Straight from the membership committee. No, new members, seriously, make the most of their committee experience by being proactive and engaged from the outset. And I'll give you a few tips on what I mean here. Attend the regular meetings, meetings regularly. Attend them. Consistent participation is going to help you stay informed, build these relationships that have been built between Lauren and Danny and yourself and I and Candace and everyone here, and with fellow committee members. You never know who's going to be on the committee with you. Volunteer for projects, take the initiative to volunteer for tasks. or subcommittees is a great way to demonstrate your commitment and showcase your skills. Network actively, use meetings and events to connect with other members. Don't hesitate to introduce yourself and seek advice or mentorship. I'll double down on Danny again. I mean, Danny's been there, not only professionally, but through some very personal times too. And, it's really been a savior. Thank you, Danny. Share your ideas. I
You
know I
guys
keep
made
saying,
me cry today. I'm not trying to cry ugly tears. I'm not doing it.
you'll never be ugly, Angel. Share your ideas. Fresh perspectives are valuable. Don't be afraid to contribute your thoughts and suggestions. They can lead to innovative solutions or, the next great event. And always seek feedback. And Candace can confess to this, and also Autumn, my fearless leader in the membership committee. Um, Regularly ask for feedback on your contributions and understand how you can improve and make a more significant impact. I'm always trying to improve myself. And I'll tell you, by immersing, these new members, by immersing themselves in the committee activities and actively contributing, new members can maximize their learning and networking opportunities, setting a strong foundation for their future involvement in the association. And last but not least, a great way to connect with committees and councils is to register for our upcoming Activate PMA 2025, and more details to come soon. Okay, so be on the lookout for that.
Absolutely. And I want to add to that as well. Because I think, Terry, you made a really, really good point that being a part of a committee and council, like this is, it is an opportunity to still network, right? Like, I'm looking here, if while some of you guys have like your company in your name, I can look behind Lauren. I know who she's with. Like, I know who I'm with. I know who Autumn's with. Like, use these meetings, especially in the virtual capacity, to do a little branding. Put it in there, and no, sometimes these virtual backgrounds don't work everywhere. I was joking when I signed on that virtual backgrounds, lighting is an art form, right? Like, I have 6 lights on right now. Otherwise I'd be invisible. It's an overcast day. So you do have to get creative. And then Michelle's adding her background. You got to make sure it's facing the right way. So you got to mess with it a little bit, right? There's so many things that you want to do that it's not a second job. And I know if you're joining a committee or council for the first time, that's kind of what you first think, like, I don't have time for this, I've got a lot to do, and there's volunteering. But for everybody on here, if you're willing to share, like, how much time are you genuinely investing? Like, I don't know, in a month's time, how much is it encroaching in your actual work day?
I don't think it does. For me, it doesn't encourage that much. I mean, the stuff that we're asked to do on the membership committee, I think maybe takes an hour, and then our meeting, but I enjoy our meeting. It's not like it's work, and so I wouldn't say like more than an hour, unless we're doing something more like a reach out or something like that. And then volunteering at the event, so taking time at the events to give like a half hour or so your time to help. But I mean, it is not adding to your workload. And then with Devin, sometimes you do have to get up on a Saturday and go help if that's what you choose to do, but it gives you back so much more. So, I mean, it's just.
I agree. Because of the opportunities PMA committees present themselves with, it's kind of like it's part of your job. I don't really look at it as another. And it helps. It's a really great opportunity to kind of supplement what you're doing professionally. You're going to meet people. You're going to have opportunities just pop up that are going to aid you in your professional efforts. So I don't look at it that way. And I think that if you keep that in mind, and you keep that in the forefront of your mind when you go to these events or you go to these meetings, it'll help you.
Very true.
Yeah, and also getting to be like a actual, I mean, we all, vendor side, we have to promote ourselves, and you're an email, or you're an ad or whatever. You become a person, and people get to know you. And so I think that's the benefit of these committees too.
Yeah. Absolutely. And even for our management partners, it's always good to put that company brand in there. It's like you're,
Yeah.
low key hiring,
Yeah, and that is so true,
I hear
because
tell everyone we're always all looking. So
yeah, no, because that's so true, because my team was looking for properties, right? And they already know the property managers and everybody else, so they're asking them like questions and stuff. And so, yeah, I mean, it is on both sides. Now a plug from your host. No, I'm just kidding. I won't do a little commercial.
right, like let me share my screen to show that. I
Please do, Michelle.
So we're coming up close to the hour, and so I just want to do one super quick last screen share to show everybody how easy it is to register to participate in a committee or council. And let me also preface this, that it's not something that you have to do on a regular. If you sign up via our website for a committee or council and you're just kind of testing the water, making sure that it's something that you enjoy and you want to be a part of that committee or council on a regular, reach out to the staff liaison and they'll add you to a recurring calendar invite. It is not something that happens organically, right? We don't, for the sole purpose that what we don't want to do is bombard, like you guys are already getting a lot of emails from us. I know. The last thing you want is for you to be, testing it out, to see if you like it. But then we add you to it, and now you're going to get an email for every agenda and every minutes recap and every calendar update and every reschedule. Like you're going to get a lot. So, and yes, Terry, you are correct. We are going to snap a photo of all of us, but I'm going to do a super quick screen share and show you how you can sign up. So let me go to that. That is, yep, that's the one I want. Hopefully you guys are seeing the homepage. Fantastic. All right. So if you're on the homepage and you click on that little calendar icon, what it does is it takes you to our calendar. It shows you everything that we have with no sorting. But what you're looking for is specifically our committee. So click on that little category toggle button there, select the committees option. And while it does say committees, it's in fact committees and councils. And then from there, you just pick the one that you want. So let's just say that you want the community service committee. As long as you are logged into your PMA account, as committees and councils are, of course, only for members, you click register now and follow the prompts like you do for any event. And of course, participating is free. So there is no cost, but what that does is it sends an alert to the staff liaison that you, in fact, registered for that particular event. And then we can make sure that you get the communication. I'm going to stop share here. What your role will be is after you participate in that committee or council, that you let the committee leaders or the staff liaison know that, hey, I enjoyed this. I want to be there all the time. Add me to the recurring calendar invite. So that is one less time that you have to go to the calendar to register. As most of our committees and councils meet once a month, so 12 times a year. Associate council is every other month, so that's 6 times a year. And then with that being said, it also varies where we don't want to waste anyone's time. So if there isn't anything that needs to be discussed in a committee or a council meeting, then we skip that one. I think, for example, the summer escape, you guys actually skipped one. There wasn't anything to talk about. Why have a meeting? Right? So that's something that we want to take into consideration. Yes, Danny, very, very good point. So it is a really good, easy way to get your name out there. And I will tell you, there are oftentimes that We have people who are very vocal and very active on many of these meetings, but sometimes they can't attend the event because something else coming, something personal or something work related. We get it. It happens. We are not going to ban you from joining a committee or council if you can't actually make the event. We want you to be there, but if you can't, we're not telling you to get out. So don't let that deter you. But Michelle, you made a really good point earlier too, as you all did. This is how you're heard. So if you are participating in an event and perhaps you find some opportunities in that, we never say issues, find some opportunities in that event, and you want to share that feedback or maybe make it better for the next year, you got to join the committee or council, right? Like this is where it all comes from. The membership committee is going to be actively working on the logistics for Activate PMA 2025, as Terry mentioned. You like Activate and you want to share something, join the committee. We do other things than just plan Activate, but just saying, like, that's something, right? Lobster Bake, which is next week, if you're really passionate about, join the committee. I think I've said it like 8 times at this point.
Lobster Bake.
I think you get it. So
Candace,
awesome.
you get extra lobster if you join that committee?
No.
I think
Oh,
extra
But
lobster.
Bianca
How
made
many times
Bianca
you say
snap
it?
around real quick, and she was like, "This is
Oh
not
my
free."
God. Extra lobster. You get extra love and
Awesome.
attention.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I am, if you guys are willing, and for everyone who is not able to be on camera, that is okay. But I'm gonna take a quick snapshot. Terry made a good point. So everybody get ready. Get
Okay.
ready. Get ready. All right, here we go. All right, ready? 1, 2. I think I got it. Hold on. Let me make sure everybody's eyes are open. Let me look at it. Yes. Okay.
Yay.
Awesome.
One take.
Fantastic. So listen, I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes back into your day. Big, huge thank you, Michelle. You're a fabulous host for this. Devin, Terry, wonderful on our panel. Everybody who was able to chime in and share some feedback and experiences that you've had. Thank you so much. Hey, and you never know, you might be the person invited to be a part of the panel and or a host on any of our upcoming sessions, because our member collaborate tables are all about the members. We want you to host it. We want you to be on the panel. We want you. So always check your inbox, always check your spam folders. I may have emailed you, you don't know. Guys, listen, thank you again. Stay tuned. We have our Q4 coming up, so make sure you do get ready to register for that one as well. I think that one's in October. I think we are all set though for the rest of the day. Thank you again, everybody.
Come
Have
say hi at Lobster Bake, please. Come say hi to
Thank
me.
you.
yes.
All right, bye.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Thanks again, Candace.